Want to finally get your spark from Uber Lilith? Or at least that's what everybody calls her. The Lilith encounter after level 60 changes a lot. It is incredibly difficult and has what seems like one-shot mechanics. Now, other than the platform falling, there is nothing actually in the fight that will be a one-shot. To save you hundreds of deaths that it took me to learn the fight, this guide is going to give you everything that you need to know for this challenging yet very fun fight. We'll go over the right paths that you need to run, when the phases are going to start, and then everything that you will need to know in order to kill her and get your spark. She was just recently patched, so the fight is now running nice and smooth. Let's jump into the fight and we'll show you exactly what you need to do. So we're going to go do the Uber Lilith fight on this House of a Barbarian that we have here. I took all the mythics off so you can see that this is very doable without any of the mythics. A couple things: make sure that your armor is a little bit better than mine, and that make sure that your resistances are a lot better than mine. We're going to be going down to the bottom here to make sure that you have at least 155% movement speed. We're going to run through the fight. I'll show you what it looks like in real time, and then we'll break it down and slow it down so you can see where the patterns are, because each wave phase has a pattern to it, and then where the immunity phases are, and then what to expect for the fight. So when you first start, she's going to drop down. You're going to take her to about 70% life. That's going to be her very first immune phase right here. She's going to fly up in the air and then land. She's going to spawn 2 adds. You have to kill those adds for her to land back on the ground again. If you don't kill the adds, then she won't land on the ground. So you're going to kill the ad, but you have to make sure you're dodging. These blood blisters will kill you, but worry about those after you see the ads and after you see the waves spawn. So now the waves have spawned. We're going to hit her again, and we're going to go into the next immune phase. We got to make sure we kill all the blood blisters here. Then the exact same thing's going to happen. She's going to spawn 2 more ads. You're going to kill these 2 ads, and you're going to watch for the waves. The pattern is the same for the very first one, but for the second one, it actually is going to be a little bit different. So run in a circle. It has a chance to spawn several different versions of that. So then you're going to get to attack her again. Run around again to make sure that you're dodging all the waves. And then she's on the ground. You can take her into the final phase. Now we'll break all of that down again, and we'll slow it down so you can see exactly where to go, where to run. So it doesn't just feel like you're in complete chaos, because you can see where to run with each of the waves. In this next phase here, you're actually going to always start in the corner after you kill her. You do a little bit of damage, and then you're going to run around in this set in the exact same pattern every single time that you do this fight. So we're just going to do this much damage. She can't take any more in this phase. Come to the corner here. You're always going to stay along the edge. Don't hug it too close, because there's a little bit of sticky things on the floor around the corner, but you run up to the top. Make sure you have something that's going to make you unstoppable. I'm going to pop Rallying Cry right here, because she's going to do a little pull in. If I wasn't unstoppable, I'd get pulled in, and then I could die here. So now we're going to take her down to her next immune phase. Then we're going to stand right here. Same exact thing. You want to wait until you have something to make you unstoppable up again. So I Wrath of Berserker, and I also have Rallying Cry. At the top here, I'm going to pop my unstoppable here, and then we're going to come down along the bottom here, and then same thing. We're going to take her to her next phase. When she flies up in the air, she's going to start spawning more of these shades. Now you want to start avoiding them again, run around the corner. As soon as she cuts the platform, that's when you run across, come around the corner here, pop something that's going to make you unstoppable again. Watch out for the shades coming in. Then when she lands again, that's when you can go and you can kill her right here. So that's going to be the entire fight. But we'll slow this down so you can see exactly what to look out for, and we'll show you some of those shades that try and sneak their way in and get that last little kill on for you. Okay, let's go through and break down the fight. This is one of the ones that I did while I was running live. This one is just nice and quick, but we're going to stop at key moments so you can see what we're going to expect. She's in her first immune phase here. You're going to see the life bar up here. That's where it's going to get to about 70-ish% life. She's going to spawn 2 adds. You can see them on the screen right here. You have 1 and you have 2. She will not land on the ground and let you do damage to her until both of these are dead. She's going to continue to do wave after wave after wave that you have to dodge. So it's really priority to kill these, but it is more important to dodge the waves. So you're going to start off at the bottom of the screen here. Always stay along the bottom of the circle. On the screen here, the darker portion of this line right here is in the back. That's going to be the way that the wave is heading. We know we want to head in the opposite direction because that wave is going to come directly at us. But we can't run straight into it. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come out to the side over here. So I haven't even killed the ads yet. I completely ignored it because that's not the most important part. The most important part is going to be avoiding these waves. Now, I just jumped in line with one of the waves, so I have to move back out of it. One of the other waves has passed me already. So now I'm going to dodge back in. I've avoided one wave, and then I'm going to move back out again to avoid the other wave. Now that all of the waves have passed me, I can come back in and I can kill the ads here. We're going to get a second wave phase. No matter what you do, no matter how fast you kill the ads, the best thing you can do is come down to the very bottom of the circle here. So you see how I stood along the bottom here? I'm giving myself the most room to run into a safe space by moving along the very bottom. I know that the wave is going to come from the top here because the darker part has come down here, and you can see this little red line is going to head towards the back here. So now I'm going to move out of the direction of this, and I know that I can see where this is going to be dropping up in the top here. So I have to move towards that direction. I dodged the one wave that went past me, and I move past the other one. So I give myself enough room for this last wave to go by. Now I kill the blood blisters because you have to make sure you kill those blood blisters. If you don't, you have a really great chance of dying because they do hit very hard. We're going to get her into her next phase here because you have a chance to do some damage. This is the next immunity phase. During this phase, it's going to start exactly like the first one. She's going to spawn 2 ads again. These ads, you have to kill again the exact same way. Now I know I've started killing monsters. I'm towards the bottom here. I have to get out of the way. This is going to come from the top to the bottom. I can see where the wave is. I know that it's going to move this direction here. I have 2 waves on each side because it's always going to spawn that way every single time during the second phase. Now, we always have 2. In the second immunity phase, the second wave that's going to come down has a chance to be different, but we'll talk about that in 1 second. So the first thing I do is I move out of the way of this one here. I'm going to run in the direction that the wave behind me is coming so that I can move out of the way of the other one. Then you avoid this wave. Now you can see you have a lot of leeway. I didn't move very far. I just evaded out of the way for that one after the wave passed me. So now this is where it gets a little tricky. We said that we always go to the very edge of the ring. So I killed this ad right here. I went to the very bottom of the circle because I know we're going to get the chance for a different kind of wave. I have the most room to move. The waves are going to always spawn on me. So now if I run, you're going to start to see this little circle right here. This one is going to indicate that there's going to be the triangle. Now you've seen this in the pits. If you've run a lot of pits, she's going to put a circle down and then 3 lines that make a triangle. The waves are going to move along those lines. We're going to have 1, 2, 3 along the line. I'm already almost out of the circle because I was already running expecting this to happen. So now all I have to do is just run to the corner here and none of the waves are going to hit me. I'm completely safe. One wave is going to go this way. The other wave is going to go this way. All I have to do is just wait for those waves to pass. Once that wave passes right here, now I can attack her again. Now, if your damage is not strong enough, you may not kill her in this phase. If you have a lot of damage, you can knock her down right here. If you don't do that, expect to see the same exact random wave patterns that we just saw. So I have some blood blisters here that I have to kill. I kill the blood blisters, and then I do the same thing. I start moving. I'm already facing this direction here, so I'm just going to keep on moving that direction. If you saw, I was standing almost in the middle of this, but because I didn't really stop moving, I was able to evade back out of this circle right here. I'm continuing to move. I see where the circle is. I know I need to get to the edge of the circle. I see the lines. If I was standing still during this, if you watch, I just make it out of the way so that I can avoid getting hit by the waves. So don't stand still when you're in this phase. So now we're in phase 2. She's died. We're going to skip ahead until we get to her next immune phase. You're going to take her down to just about 80% life. Run straight into this corner. You don't have to stand there and attack her. You can just stand in this corner. Now, the reason we're standing in this corner here, we have blisters, we have blisters, we have blisters. Those blisters are all going to shoot where you are. If we run down, you're going to run straight into a blister, and you probably will die because the blister will spawn a shade and it's going to hit you. If you run along the top, they're all going to start coming this direction, and then you're going to be running away from them. This is the easiest way to dodge all of the waves. Now, you're going to follow the red arrows on the screen. As soon as she flies up to the top here, she's going to spawn them, and then you're just going to run up, and now over, and then you're going to run down. Now, right here on the screen, this is Rallying Cry. Rallying Cry makes me unstoppable. This is incredibly important to have something that makes you unstoppable. When you get down to the bottom here, I just popped Rallying Cry right there. You can see the chains above my head. That means that I'm unstoppable. She's about to do a pull. Now, in this phase here, as you see, all of these shades are running behind me. Like I said, they're going to all be running behind you because of the way that you're running. So they're all going backwards. Now, if I was running the other way, they'd be coming into my face. At this point here, you want to make sure that you're watching out for only one shade. There's one shade right here that could be coming at you depending on your movement speed. So I have enough movement speed to avoid it. So I'm going to continue to run around in the circle. Now, right here, you see this little wind circle around her? That's going to be the area that she's going to slam onto the ground and do a lot of damage. Stay out of that until she lands on the ground and she's safe to attack. Now you're going to bring her into her next immune phase. That next immune phase is right here. Now you're going to stand right in this little top section right here, right by the circle. This will allow you to have enough time to run in the direction along the top. Just like in the other phase, stay right along the very edge. Now don't panic right here. You're going to see all of this stuff on the ground around you. That is okay to stand in until she cuts the platform. So when she cuts the platform right here, that's when you want to run across. So I just waited until she cut it. There is a blister here that will spawn a shade. So make sure that you watch out for that. That shade just went past. Now we're going to run right along the very bottom. Now I have Rallying Cry up. I want to pop Rallying Cry right at the top here so that this pull that she did, you can see the tornado around her, that is not going to pull me into the middle. I can stay out of her slam. Now that she hits the ground, I can start attacking again. This is right here is going to be her immune phase. She does not take any more damage other than this. You have 1-2 blisters around you. If you do not move right now, there is a chance that you're going to die because there's going to be 2 different blisters that are going to spawn. Right here is your first one. If I hadn't moved, that would have hit me, and if I don't have enough defenses, that would have killed me. So as soon as she goes to fly in the air, I move to the edge. Now I'm just going to stutter step a little bit. You see I'm not really moving full speed. That's because I want to make sure that I cross this platform right as she cuts it. If I don't do that, then I'm going to end up making it around the top of the platform before all of the stuff on the ground goes away. Now you see I just stutter stepped around, kept the shades behind me. When I'm crossing over, the ground is nice and clear. The platform hasn't fallen. I have plenty of time. I'm going to pop something that's going to make me unstoppable again. You run all the way around the platform. Now look, this one right here, this little shade, this bugger here is something that can get you. You have to watch out. This is the only one that's going to come at you. Run up to the top so you can avoid it. And then all of the shades are now successfully behind you. You're going to see that she has a clear path to her, and this is where you're going to come in and kill her. If you do not have confidence in your damage, you're going to continue to run around the edge of the platform here. She's going to do what you've seen in the pits, where she pops out, she does this yell, then she's going to swing at the ground. There's going to be 3 little fingers that are going to cross the ground, and then after the 3rd time she slams the ground, she's going to do a gigantic slam herself where she slams her body into the ground. You're going to have to stay along the edges, run around in a circle, all the way around, and then after she slams, you're going to have a chance to kill her. So now we jump in, I have enough confidence in my damage, and then that's going to be how you're going to do the fight. So you can watch this back again. I'm going to put this at the very end of this video so you can watch it in full speed so you don't have to watch it with the cuts and the slowdowns. So that's all I got for this Uber Lilith video. Hopefully this helps you get your sparks, your titles, and your mounts. If you found this video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends. Check out the full run right now. I'm live every night. I'd love it if you stopped by, said hi, theory crafted with me. Catch you on the clip side.